If you are thinking about buying a home in Calgary, especially an older one, stop for 1 second. Some homes here look charming, renovated, and move in ready, but behind the walls can be outdated wiring, failing plumbing, hidden flood risk, or renovations that were never approved. In a market where homes are sitting longer and buyers have more choice, rushing into the wrong property can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Today, I'm walking you through the types of homes in Calgary you should never buy without doing this very specific checklist, and how to protect yourself before it's too late. Searching for a home in Calgary is exciting, but also where buyers make the most expensive mistakes. Right now, inventory has increased compared to last year. Homes are taking longer to sell, and buyers finally have the time to slow down and dig deeper. Prices have stabilized, choice has improved, and that means there is absolutely no reason to skip due diligence. So today I'm breaking down the homes you need to be extra cautious about within Calgary. Not to scare you, but to help you. Buy smart and avoid the surprises that hurt your budget and resale value. Let's get into it. Older homes built before the 1980s. Calgary has many established neighborhoods with older homes, especially places like Mount Pleasant, Bridgeland, Inglewood, Crescent Heights, and parts of the inner city. These homes often have character, large lots, great locations, but they also come with higher risk if you don't know what to look for. One of the biggest concerns is the electrical system. While knob and tube wiring is less common in Calgary than in eastern Canada, very old homes can still have outdated electrical setups, undersized panels, or underground wiring that doesn't meet modern standards. These types of systems were never designed for today's power usage and can become safety and insurance issues. Plumbing is another major factor. Older homes may still have galvanized steel or cast iron piping, which corrodes over time. This can lead to leaks, low water pressure, sewer backups, and expensive replacement the buyers don't see during a quick showing. There is also the potential for hazardous materials, such as asbestos in installation, ceiling textures or floor tiles, and lead-based paint in very old homes. These materials aren't always dangerous if undisturbed, but removal or renovation can become costly and tightly regulated. Finally, Calgary's soil condition means foundation movement and settlement. This is something to take very seriously. Cracks, drainage issues, or poorly managed grading can turn into long-term structural concerns. The key takeaway here is when you buy an older home, you're not just buying the layout or the finishes. You're buying the entire system behind the walls. Unpermitted or poorly documented renovations. Another major red flag in Calgary is homes that have been renovated without proper permits. Over decades, many properties have had basement developed, walls removed, electrical updated, or additions built. And not all that work has been done legally or inspected. Unpermitted renovations can create safety risk, insurance issues, and resale problems later on. If the city requires the work to be brought up to code, the cost falls on the homeowner, not the previous seller. Before buying, it's critical to check the permit history with the City of Calgary, especially for basement developments, structural changes, and electrical or plumbing work. If the seller can't provide permits or documentation, that doesn't automatically mean you walk away, but it does mean you need deeper inspections and potentially stronger negotiations. Homes in a flood-prone or high-risk area. Calgary's geography also matters more than buyers realize. Some neighborhoods near the Bow and Elbow River, such as parts of Mission, Sunnyside, and other low-lying areas, have historically been more vulnerable to flooding. Since the floods in 2013, the city of Calgary invested heavily in flood mitigation and updated floodplain mapping. However, flood risk hasn't disappeared, and insurance coverage can vary significantly depending on the property. Buying in or near a floodplain doesn't mean you shouldn't buy, but it does mean you must check official flood maps, confirm insurance availability, and understand what mitigation measures are in place. This is not something to rely on listing descriptions for. It requires independent verification. Legacy materials and systems to watch for. Some Calgary homes contain legacy materials or systems that deserve extra attention. One example is poly B plumbing, which was used in the 1980s and early 1990s and is known for sudden failures. Many insurers either restrict coverage or require replacement. Another is aluminum wiring, which was used in certain periods and can be safe if properly remediated, but risky if it hasn't been addressed. Older insulation systems and materials may also require testing or documentation to confirm safety or compliance. The rule here is simple. If a home contains one of these systems, proceed only with clear documentation, professional inspections, and realistic budgeting for future upgrades. Low quality flips and rush renovations. Not all flipped homes are bad, but rushed or cosmetic only flips can be a major risk. In a slower or more balanced market, some sellers focus on surface upgrades to attract buyers quickly. Fresh paint, new flooring, and modern fixtures can hide serious issues underneath. Red flags include new finishes paired with aging furnaces, roofs near the end of their lifespan, or electrical and plumbing systems that were never updated. A proper inspection should always focus on the systems, not just the appearance. Ask for invoices, permits, and timelines for the work completed. A beautiful home that needs $20,000 in mechanical upgrades shortly after purchase is not a deal. It's a surprise expense. Overly custom features that hurt resale. Some homes are customized so specifically that they limit future buyer appeal. Highly unique layouts, extreme design choices, or niche features like specialty hobby rooms can make resale harder, even if you personally love them. Before buying, it's important to think beyond today and ask whether the average buyer would see the value in these same features. If the answer is no, make sure the price reflects that limitation. What does this mean for Calgary buyers? The good news is, in today's Calgary market, buyers have leverage. Homes are taking longer to sell, inventory has improved, and there is time to be thorough. That means inspections, permit checks, and specialist opinions are no longer optional. They're smart strategy. The buyers who win long term are the ones who slow down, ask the hard questions, and look past the surface. Never buy a home in Calgary blindly. Be cautious with older homes without proper inspections. Verify permits and renovation history. Understand flood and insurance risk. Watch for legacy systems and rush flips. And always think about resale, even if this feels like a forever home. Doing these checks doesn't just protect your wallet, it protects your peace of mind. If you're buying a home in Calgary and want help navigating these risks with local expertise, reach out anytime. I'll help you build a plan that protects your budget and your future resale value. If this was helpful, like and subscribe, book a call with me, check out more of my Calgary real estate insights. Thanks for watching.